I'm actually going to be sharing this really quick to a couple chats that I'm in so I can kind of get this out there. But how are you guys doing? How is it going with you guys? Welcome to the stream. All right, there we go. I'm going to share this. Um, First of all, I know that the stream yesterday was kind of weak because I was super tired, and also was coughing a lot and stuff like that. So apologize for the first part of the stream. I really do, but I'm gonna try and make this one a little bit more better. But we're gonna wait till we get some people in here, and you guys can comment and feel free to whenever you want. And then once we get a couple of people in here, we shall begin. So yeah, just give it a few minutes, try to get some people in here, maybe 2 or 3, and then we shall see how it goes. Oh, there's Play. What's up, Play? How you doing tonight, man? Hey, I apologize for yesterday's stream, dude. I was feeling awful. I was having that nasty cough, which I still have, but tonight, luckily, it's a little bit under control. Hey, what's up, Grande? How you doing? Thanks so much for being a part of the stream. Yeah, I was telling Play, I apologize for yesterday's stream not being so good because I was really like having a bad cough, and I took some cough medicine, and I think it might have been, you know how to take cough medicine and get a little bit tired. That's good, Play. Hey, what's up, Ty? How you doing tonight? Yeah, I seen that going around in the chat there. That whole thing was creeping me out, man. Juicy, fleshy hole, man. He said as a body, I say it's moist too. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, there was a stream that we were in, and it was hilarious. It was kind of a running gag we had going on. But how you guys doing tonight? Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to make so many videos lately, so many of them. Like, I just got done filming a review for Zombie, and guess what fucking happened? The audio glitched. So I'm gonna upload it to see if the audio really did glitch and it's mute. And if it's the case, then that sucks ass because I wonder. And it was such a great review. It was a 22-minute review on Zombie, and I thought I nailed it. But somehow, some way, the review didn't come out doing as good. So, or not the review, but the audio glitch. So hopefully I'll upload a test tomorrow and see if it works. If not, I guess I'm going to talk about Zombie again. I don't mind it. I love Zombie. This is a good movie right here. I love it. Friend Jack Pepper. Nice, Larry, nice. Everybody getting lit tonight, huh? Hey, what's up, Kill Count? Kong from Skull Island versus Xenomorph Queen. I'm gonna go with Xenomorph Queen, just because she has a tail and stuff like that to help her out, and the little thing that comes out of her mouth and stuff. What's up, Kill Count? How you doing tonight, Dakota? All right, guys. So yesterday we had left off on, I believe, Lake Placid 2. Just to kind of give my final thoughts on that movie, Lake Placid 2. Oh, hey, what's up, True Fanatic? How you doing tonight, man? Jack Daniels, Dr. Pepper mixed together. Oh my God, Ty. Jack and Dr. Damn, son. You're gonna fuck yourself up tonight, man. I fucking salute you, man. How's it going though, True Horror Fanatic? How you doing? We're gonna be getting back to the list today, of course. Yesterday we talked about plenty of wonderful sequels that we had gotten into, such as the Wrong Turn sequels and many more, like Boogeyman 3 and stuff like that. Recap on this part. The list. These movies made the list. It's not a very good list to make either. 29 was Rob Zombie's Halloween. 8 was Cabin Fever 3 Patient Zero, which if you haven't seen, you are sparing yourself some sanity lost. And 27 was Lake Placid 2, lazy sequel, cheap and low budget, not very good. Today we're going to begin at 26, just after I get done reading some of these comments real quick. Duke is a horror movie, like this movie, and based on the bat. on a bad movie level because I love John Schreider as an actor. Big Dukes of Hazzard fan here. Oh, Dukes of Hazzard, yeah, it's a classic show. Yeah, Lake Placid 2 is garbage. People ask me why I didn't have Lake Placid 3 on the list. It's because I didn't see Lake Placid 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 or 8 or however many they have. I didn't see those movies because 2 is garbage enough. 100 proof Jack Daniels. I'm from Kansas, so you have strong livers. I guess so. I'd be drinking that stuff, man. That's cool. That's cool. Hey, Corey, what's up, man? Thanks for being a part of the stream. Very awesome stream, dude. I was glad that we were able to talk about all that stuff. It was very chill. The chill stream was very chill. If you guys haven't already, True or Fanatic, basically everybody in this chat are all wonderful people. And I really suggest that everybody go and sub to each other, check each other's content out. You guys are all wonderful people. And thank you so much for being a part of the stream. Holy crap, we got JG here as well. JG, once again, another great YouTuber. Thank you so much for being a part of the stream. And we're going to be getting into some stickers today, guys. So, I'm not going to lie. We're going to be getting to that later part of the list where it's getting worse and worse and worse as we go. And today, we're going to be getting into it. First of all, if any of you guys know Feast, if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. Feast is a fun movie that has a lot of over-the-top gore. You got monsters busting nuts on people. You've got all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Monsters are getting their dicks cut off. I mean, you got just insanity in Feast. If you guys have seen Feast, y'all know what I'm talking about. But today, number 26 is Feast 2 Sloppy Seconds. Of course, brought to us by Dimension Extreme. Feast 2, direct-to-video, has returning cast members from the first movie. Such as Clu Gulager. Got Clu Gulager's in this movie, guys. Clu Gulager. From Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Return of the Living Dead, and from a lot of Western stuff. Yeah. Clu Gulager's in this movie. And his son, John Gulager, directed the movie. Same guy who made the first movie. Same guy. This movie is lame, guys. It's pretty bad. It's an example of just one of those really low-budget Dimension Extreme sequels. And it does everything wrong. They amp up the comedy in this movie to the naked luchador wrestlers running around just naked for no reason. There are scenes such as a baby gets thrown up in the air because this guy is going to go down there and save the baby. So the guy goes down and saves the baby, right? Does he take it back to somewhere safe? No. The zombies, or not the zombies, these fucking monsters are after him, and he's running. He throws the baby up in the air, and the baby gets ripped apart to pieces by these creatures. It's a bad scene, man. They make the lead chick from the last movie unlikable in this movie. She's barely in it. And I agree, True or Fanatic, Phantasm Ravager is really a bad movie. And if you want to come back a little bit, because it'll be a minute before we get to Phantasm 5. But it's on this list. Spoiler alert. It's on this list. Don't worry. It's on here. But yeah, you have that. You have some lame-looking monsters in this movie, some bad CGI. Nobody in this entire cast is likable to make Clu Gulager unlikable, which is impossible to me. By the way, this little midget guy right there, that is the midget guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. So yeah, the more you know. And his brother's in this movie too. Like, kind of reminds me of a little miniature Sin Cara. If you guys ever know who that wrestler is, Sin Cara. But this movie is just lame, dude. It's just got horrible humor and terrible lines and cast. And the first movie, what made the first Feast so great is how over the top it was, the great characters, a gore fest. Watch Feast. I would skip Feast 2. I haven't seen Feast 3, but I have heard things about Feast 3. Like one of the luchador guys gets basically raped by a monster, and he gives birth to a baby monster. So if you want to see that, that's in Feast 3, the happy finish. And the happy finish apparently happens to a luchador in that movie. Yeah. Yeah, guys, this is real. This is all real, unfortunately. But yeah, Feast 2, unfortunately, it is a real thing. It made it on number 26 because it is garbage, guys. Utter garbage. Easily one of the worst movies on. Oh no, JG, but those are on this list. You could bet that this is on that's on. I actually have a couple of slots in this list where it's multiple movies because I don't want to put 5 Resident Evil movies or 7 of these other movies on here, which I guess I just spoiled one of those movies. But I didn't want to put like 5 movies in separate slots. So I had to combine some movies into one little part in the list. But yeah, 4 and 5 are on this list. It's just, we're going to get there. We're digging through the crap right now. But yeah, Feast 2, there's not much more I could say about it. It sucks, dude. It's just awful. It's terrible. There's not even good gore to it. They couldn't get the gore right. They couldn't even get that right. The least you could do is give us some good gore. No, the gore looks cheap and fake and CGI everywhere. And the ending is totally lame because the ending amounts to nothing. And the lead chick is in this movie from the last film. She's likable and everything. They kill her off in this movie. Oh, it's okay. We'll just kill her off. No big deal, right? Stupid. Stupid and lame and awful. Number 26 on this list for a reason. This movie sucks. So yeah, Feast 2 is number 26. Sloppy seconds. Should have just been one Feast movie, man. I didn't even have any more. Actually, I seen Cry Wolf a while ago. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Need Gore asked me an interesting question. Or hold on, that's the wrong one. Have I ever seen a shitty slasher film called Cry Wolf? I seen that a long time ago. That's a 2007 film, right? I think I've seen that before. I think I have. But I seen that a while ago. Hey, Movie Guy 2005, how are you doing, man? Doing great. Talking about some bad movies tonight. Yeah. I haven't seen that one though. If I did, I've seen it a long time ago, but I can definitely not remember liking it very much. Isn't that movie? I don't want to spoil like staged or something like that for some social experiment. I don't. Maybe it's not. I remember it being this really bad movie about this like staged stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. All right. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna try and get that down. It's glitching. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's good, guys. It's good to see that you're okay. Well, a Puppet Master movie is on this list, but it's actually coming up next. 25 is. I have a collection here, 9 movies. If you guys didn't know this, I'm secretly a Puppet Master fan. Sorry. I know this is a franchise among horror that is like Leprechaun. You either get into it or you don't. But like, guys, I'm like really into Puppet Master. If you guys didn't know that, yeah, we're gonna get that little secret, all right. But yeah, I love Puppet Master. The first movie has its problems, but I don't hate it. Puppet Master 2, believe it or not, I used to hate it. Love Puppet Master 2. Part 3 I love as well. Part 4 is great. Part 5 is great. The one that is making it on this list, because I did not see The Legacy, and I watched Axis of Evil a long time ago, but I don't remember much about it. And I remember seeing Retro Puppet Master and actually thinking it was good. But the one that we're talking about today is the stock footage fest of a film. We're talking about, in my opinion, again, I haven't seen The Legacy. I haven't seen Versus Demonic Toys. I haven't seen the other 20 sequels they have. But this one I've seen. If I can get in frame. Curse of the Puppet Master. Now, after part 5, I don't get how you can make a part 6, but they did. And guys, I'm sorry. I know there are fans of Curse Puppet Master. Curse of Puppet Master is terrible, guys. It is lame. It is just one of those sequels that I look at and it's just I shake my head because they couldn't even make their own puppets for this movie. This movie has stock footage of every single puppet that you see. Every single one. There's not one original puppet in this movie. It's all stock footage. And in Legacy, it's even more stock footage. So, yeah, I'm not excited to see Legacy. And the 9 I seen once a long time ago. I don't remember anything about it. But this one I've seen quite a few times because I'm a big fan of part 4 and 5. I'm a big fan of part 3 and 2. You come to this one, and it is just bad. There's nothing good about it. You have this guy who's the lead, and he does nothing for me. He's basically going to be the next puppet master. This lame lead, lame love interest. You had a horrible story where there's this guy who is using him to make these puppets, and you have a nightmare sequence where he has his like cranks and stuff and like as a human puppet. Lame. Just all together, guys. I know there are fans of Curse of Puppet Master. Like if I have any fellow Puppet Master fans out there, you guys know what I'm talking about. Puppet Master is one of those things you can get into or you can't. If you can get into it, you love it. But with this movie, I can't get into it. It's all stock footage. And even the story that's there is lame. I can't even remember it barely. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times trying to get into it, and I just can't. But yeah, that is basically it for that. 25 is Curse of the Puppet Master. Lame. I can't stress how lame it is. All right, let's read some comments. Everybody saying hi to each other. That's awesome. So, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood over here. Everybody in the neighborhood saying hi. Oh my God. That's good. Thank you guys so much for being kind and everything. That's cool. Yeah, everybody here is badass. Everybody here is awesome. I mean, John has his great streams. Mike has his good ones. JG has his. Ty has his videos. Devin has his videos. I mean, I just go on and on. Everybody in this chat is awesome. Hey, JG likes Puppet Master. That's cool. Hey, Eric's here. That's cool. Hey, internet, Eric here. Eric's a good friend of mine. He's a cool guy. I like his streams. Thanks for being a part of the video, man. Yeah, Curse of the stock footage. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. Even the new Blade movie looks bad. He was my favorite. Yeah, what has happened to the series? Like, let's cut a little cut real quick into this video. Talk about Puppet Master the series. All right, 1 through 5 are good movies. They are like they're great movies. What happened? What happened? Curse Puppet Master is lame. Retro I like, but I wouldn't say as nearly as good as the other ones. I do like Retro Puppet Master. I won't lie. Puppet Master 7 is actually pretty good. But the Legacy, I've heard it has Corey Feldman in it, and it's nothing but stock footage. What happened? Part 8 is like a weird with the Japanese samurai puppet. And then like the 9 and 10 one or the 10 and 11 one are sequels to that. Then there's the Puppet Master, the new Reich, right? Then there's the Blade movie that's coming out. Then there's Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. Like, what happened? What happened? Man, it's a shame. That franchise just went off the rails. But yeah, 25 is Curse Puppet Master. Number 24 is a movie that I forgot I watched, to be honest. I forgot about it. I thought I didn't watch it. And then I rewatched some clips, and I'm like, oh my God, I did watch this movie. And this movie is so bad, my brain literally forced the memory out of my head. My brain said, nah, bro, you're not remembering this movie, dude. It's out there. It's erased. My brain deleted this movie from my memory bank. That's how bad it is. The Hills Have Eyes, Part 2. The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, Wes Craven made it for one reason: to get funds for Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, in that deal, we got a good thing. We got Nightmare on Elm Street, which is one of my favorite horror films. It was number 10 in my top 50 list. Love Nightmare on Elm Street. So at least we got that. This is so bad that I remembered everything. It's like as soon as I watched a couple of clips of it, it came back to me. And I was like, oh my God, this is bad. This is just horrendously bad. And Wes Craven agrees with me. Wes Craven, he disowned this movie. So there you go. You have the plot, right? These kids, they got to go out to the desert. Why they're going out to the desert with Ruby there? I don't know. They got to go out there to get some super fuel, I guess. They go out there, they get stuck. There's Jupiter there and the Reaper. Jupiter is alive. How? I have no clue. And I can't explain it to you why he's alive. Then the Reaper, played by Kane Hodder, is one of the worst horror villains out there because there's nothing to his character. It's just Ruby. Just shut up, man. I'm sorry. The character got annoying. I was just wanting to say, shut up. You got blind chicks kicking the shit out of Jupiter's ass. You've got dogs having flashbacks, guys. Flashbacks. If Bobby has a flashback, all right. If Ruby has a flashback, cool. But Beast having a flashback? Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Have annoying characters that are nothing. Does it have good things to it? I won't lie. It has some things don't mind. Like the atmosphere, okay. The way that's shot, all right. Has that desert atmosphere. And some of the death scenes are like the trap aspect of it. I liked that stuff. But there's no gore. There's no nudity. There's nothing. There's no fun. There's nothing. It is just one of the worst horror sequels I've ever seen. And I totally forgot about it. And apparently, there is a Hills of Eyes 3. Yes, Devin, there's a Hills of Eyes Part 2. I know. I didn't even know this back in the day either. But there's also a Hills of Eyes Part 3. I don't know. Ruby just disappeared. She said, I'm out of this movie. And Bobby did too. Bobby's like, I'm going to be in this little beginning part, the first 5 minutes or whatever. Then I'm out. Yeah, he said, nope, take the money and run. Yeah. Which pretty much everybody involved in this movie did. They just took the money and ran. You know, Wes Craven, everybody did. It is just a mess of a movie. And apparently there is a Hills of Eyes Part 3 called Hills of Eyes Mind Ripper or just Mind Ripper. And there's another Hills of Eyes Part 3 called Castle Freak. They're not officially Hills of Eyes Part 3s, but somehow, some way, to the power of studio editing and shit, they are somehow Hills of Eyes Part 3s. But don't believe it because they're not really Hills of Eyes Part 3s. And that's why people said they don't like the Hills of Eyes 2 from 2007. Dude, that Hills of Eyes 2 is gold compared to this Hills of Eyes Part 2. Yeah, Hills of Eyes Part 2, number 24. It is bad. It is easily one of the worst horror films I've seen. My memory forced me to forget about it. And unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, rewatched a couple clips and I remember the entire movie. And it is bad, guys. Bad. Avoid it. If Wes Craven disowns it, the master of horror himself disowns that movie, that should say everything to you. Let's read some comments from you guys. What does this say? Eliminate, you gotta love the dog flesh. The blind girl that can kung fu, she kicked Pluto's ass. Not Jupiter, it was Pluto, right? Pluto? I don't know why I said Jupiter. One of them she kicked their ass. Yeah. I don't know. And he gets killed the same way in this movie. He gets killed the same way. And somehow he forgot somehow in the last movie he survived. True Horse says, oh yeah, Hills of Eyes 2 is one of the weaker movies different. Dude, yeah, it's bad. Although I did hear some people like it's not like a cult following. People don't hate it, and that's totally fair. I can agree. It's at least one of the weaker ones in the series. Yeah, yeah. I just love how Bobby is in the movie after the first 5 minutes. Nah, he was out. He checked, and I don't blame him. I would do the same thing. I'd be like, hell no, you ain't keeping in this movie. Like I said, I don't know what happened to Ruby. She just disappeared out of nowhere. She went bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yes, this actually happens, Devin, in the movie. It's just like, oh, it's bad. What about the remake of Hills of Ice Part 2? I thought it was pretty bad. I think it's pretty fun. Like I don't hate it. It's not as good as the other movie, but I think it's still a solid horror film for what it is. Forever Number pick on a Mercy on Our Souls. Oh number one's gonna get everybody here. It's gonna get everybody here. It's Craven's worst film, makes My Soul Take look like a masterpiece. Wow, really? Wow. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking that My Soul Take would be pretty bad too, but damn, if this makes it look good, then shit. I mean, yeah, it is pretty fucking bad. Beauty is always needed in a horror movie, especially when they're beautiful. Yeah, it especially helps in this case because there's nothing else going on for it. Again, the trap stuff I like, but everything else, eh. Yeah, I don't know what he had to do to get to the movie. He had to do something, man. There's no way he was filming this movie and going, yeah, yeah. And actually, the movie was delayed. It was supposed to come out in 84 or 83, either or. But the way they filmed it was they filmed half the movie in the early 80s, and the movie ran out of budget. There was no more budget. And the studio said, oh, well, why don't you just put in, some extra footage in there from the first movie? So I put that in there. And they're saying, oh, it still isn't for feature-length films. They gave them some money, like 2 years, and finished the movie in the desert somewhere and dumped it on like 85 or 86, and it became a flop, and everybody hated it. Yeah, Hills of Ice Part 2 is just bad. Let's get past that movie because it is just horrible. Now, number 23 is interesting because I picked 2 movies for this because I didn't know. You're very funny, man. You must be reading my mind. You must be a psychic to be reading my mind. Oh, yeah, JG. We're going to be going there tonight. We're going to be going to that lemonade stand funded fucking movie from hell later. We'll get there. I'm going to speed up so we can get there faster. But I didn't know what to pick for this next one because one of them, I had this movie on there originally, Leprechaun Origins. But people will be like, it's not a sequel, it's a spinoff. All right, then. I'll put it in there with this movie. On to Back to the Hood. Either or, these movies suck. Leprechaun 1, I'm actually, I'm merciful on horror films, all right? I go into a horror film to have fun, to be entertained. I don't care if your movie is goofy or not. Hell, I love Redneck Zombies. Have y'all seen Redneck Zombies? That's a fun-ass movie about killer redneck zombies. And you have, like soldiers and shit acting funny. Dude, I love that movie. That's a dumb movie. I love a lot of dumb movies. So I don't let dumb movies get to me and be like, oh, they're bad just because they're dumb. No, if they're entertaining, I can like them. The first Leprechaun is decent. I don't love it like everybody else that's a big fan of that movie does, but I think it's a decent film. I like Part 2 more. Part 3 is my favorite. You have 3 good movies right there. Then you get to Part 4 in space, which is just awful. There's goofiness, and then there's fucking stupidity. And when you get to this point, Leprechaun 2, Back to the Hood, horrible, dude. So you have Leprechaun smoking pot, smoking bongs. He is giving this girl like a back massage. Yeah, this Leprechaun in this movie. Leprechaun in this movie also has like a CGI rainbow that goes to his pot of gold, and it looks terrible. They gotta use for once again 10th time in this movie series, 4-leaf clover to kill her or some shit. And I don't care if it was. I don't care. I barely. All right. On it for $1. It's just horrible, dude. You got some bad stuff in there. You got these characters that are all unlikable and lame. Lame jokes. Like Leprechaun getting the shit. The Leprechaun in this movie gets the shit kicked out of him. The entire film. People are just kicking him in the game. Got horrible work, like a intro. Horrible. You know what's cool, right? I can't help it. I can't bring this movie up. This is bad too. This hunk of dog shit I've ever seen in my entire not in my entire life. One thing is if you fart is the value. Get a dump in a pub value movie. Oh, it's frozen. You fart. Get a dump back. Oh, it's frozen. Am I still frozen? You fart. Get a dump back. Oh, it's frozen. Am I back? Let me know in the chat. Am I back? Am I good? Am I good? Thumbs up in the chat from my phone if this is bad. Okay, I'm back. All right, guys. Anyways, still frozen. All right, I'm okay. So I'm gonna do my phone internet, and we're gonna see how that is. All right, am I back? I'm now on my phone's Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, but you know what I mean. My phone service. So on my back, and this time I should be good for like the rest of the stream. It should be good. Just let me know, because this shouldn't break up at all. I'll even test it out. I'll even get on here and all right, I'm back. I'm not cutting in and out. I'm clear, right? You guys can hear me. I should be good. This is my phone service now. Like I'm doing it on this is like my phone doing the stream now. Are we good? All right. Leprechaun try to shut my stream down. Nuh-uh, Leprechaun, you ain't doing it. Like I said, this is right here. This is one of the worst horror film sequels I've seen. Like I said, taking dump in the bathroom could be better than this, because at least in the bathroom you're at peace. You know, you can have time to think to yourself. You can do whatever you want. in the bathroom. This movie, no, you're bored, you're sleepy, you're tired, nothing goes on. I paid $10 for this DVD at like Walmart, and I went home and me and my friends sat down and watched this movie. And my friend turned to me and he said, "Nate, this was bad. Like, you just wasted your money on this movie." And I sat there and I was like, you know what? You're right. I wasted my money on this movie. And yeah, Roadhouse. Oh no, you're fine, man. Welcome back. AVP Requiem will not be on the stream only because I don't think it's that bad, honestly. Well, I mean, it's bad, but I don't think it's as bad to be on put in this list. But it is a pretty bad movie. But no, AVPR won't be on this list. I discussed Alien Covenant in the last stream. But yeah, dude, the cast is so lame in this movie and generic and typical. There's nothing fun to it. You got Hornswoggle playing Leprechaun. And Leprechaun in this movie is just a mindless monster in a rubber suit. Doesn't say anything smart or clever. There's really no gore. There's no anything in this movie. It is like just really pointless. But technically, I can't put it on the list by itself because it's a spinoff. Ooh, how is it a spinoff though? It's not even having to do with the rest of the movies. Like, I get it, that's what spinoffs are, but usually spinoffs at least connect to the previous movie. This wasn't even connect to. This is like a totally redo of the first movie, kind of in a way. Think about it, because there's nothing to do with the other movies. But yeah, Leprechaun Origins sucks. Horrible. 23 is Leprechaun Back to the Hood and Leprechaun Origins. Terrible. Number 22 is easily one of the most disappointing films I've seen in a while. Oh yeah, that's a good point. It's a reboot. That's a good point. See, that's why I didn't want to put it in its own category, because it's not a sequel. But if I'm talking about bad Leprechaun movies, I gotta put it in there somehow. But to be in the canon of the video, Back to the Hood still made it on the list. Yeah, dude, the new Alien horror films, the new Alien movies are just like Prometheus. I don't hate, but Covenant made Prometheus look good, and that's pretty shocking to me. Okay, it's not canon in the series. That's good, because didn't the new Leprechaun movie come out? Leprechaun Returns or something like that. I heard that was pretty bad too. They're not getting any better, that's for sure. But number 22 is interesting, because talking about Halloween H2O came out, big success, big hit. A lot of people love it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it's very good at all. But it was a big hit with the fans, and the people loved it. They raved over it. It was the perfect ending, which in reality, I can agree to that. Then this movie came out, Halloween Resurrection, at number 22. Gotta get into this one, guys. Halloween Resurrection is just lame, dude. Do I like things in it? Yeah, but it's the worst one, man. Halloween 5 is pretty bad, too. Hey, Alaskan Super, what's up? Yep, we're talking about Resurrection. Good old Resurrection. I like Busta Rhymes in the movie, despite what everybody else says. His character is goofy and silly, and yeah, he has a horrible monologue at the end of the movie, but he's having fun, and he's making it entertaining. You know, I like the scene where he talking to the girl. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're smooth, Freddy. Look at you, being smooth." That's a great scene. Welcome to Dangertainment. Looking like crispy fried motherfucking Michael Myers. That's a great one. Trick or treat, motherfucker. He's just having fun. I love Busta Rhymes in this movie. I'm the only fan of him. If you see this movie or this stream somehow, dude, I'm a fan. I don't hate you at all in this movie. You're awesome. His monologue is bad. Like the end of the movie, you know, Michael Myers is a shark that can't be killed. You cannot and ever will be stopped. That is pretty bad. But everything else in this movie of Busta Rhymes is amazing. He's just amazing in this movie. Also, Michael Myers. Michael Myers in this movie is a better Michael Myers than H2O. Yes, I said it. H2 Michael Myers wasn't scary, it wasn't intimidating. This one's scary and intense and intimidating. And I liked where the mask looks in this movie too. This Michael Myers is just badass. He'll hang people up onto the wall and shit. Badass Michael Myers, badass. But in this movie, I will agree where it's like Busta Rhymes, Kung Fu Michael Myers, and it's hilarious where he Kung Fu's him out the fucking window. I just love it, man. I was sitting like, this is just so funny. It's just not even, it's not even a horror film, man. It's like Freddy's Dead. I'm watching it. I can't hate Freddy's Dead. But this one, it has those moments where I'm like, you know what? This is just hilarious. But there is still bad, awful thing. This is much worse than Freddy's Dead, in my opinion. Much worse. Because in this one, whereas in Freddy's Dead, I like the cast here. I don't like anybody. This lead chick, I don't blame her. The script is terrible. You got this lead guy, or not lead guy, I guess, but one of these characters. Oh, his trait is he's a chef and he makes cooking puns. And oh, here's the blonde. Oh, here's Jamie Lee Curtis looking awful and being in an asylum. People defend that opening. I'm like, what the hell? You have Jamie Lee Curtis in an asylum pretty much for manslaughter. You found that she killed somebody that was innocent. She's in looking terrible. She's just treated awfully in this movie, and they kill her off. And I'm like, dude, when you watch that scene where she gets stabbed and falls to her death, you're just sitting there and you're like, man, this just doesn't feel right. And it doesn't. It's so wrong. And also, she could have killed Michael Myers easily. There's no excuse of why she did that. Because Michael Myers, yeah, he does this. Oh, you know. She's like, oh, is he really Michael Myers? The guy tried to kill you with a butcher knife. He's over here chasing you down, trying to kill you. And you're thinking, oh, is he really Michael Myers? Even if he ain't, he's some psychopath that is inspired by him. You know? Go over there and go, I must see for myself. And of course, she dies. Shit. That's bad. And then you had the rest movie taking place in the Michael Myers house, which is a cool idea. I won't lie. I like that idea. But there's no suspense to it. There's no atmosphere to it. There's no camera work to it. There's no style to it. It's all a bunch of flubber. Flubber. Trying to be a slasher movie, but failing. And yeah, the death scenes are decent. You know, decapitation scene, knife to the head scene, guy getting his head crushed. Cool. But they tried doing this thing where it's like, oh, we're finding these pieces of Michael Myers' past because of these, you know, body parts in these chairs in his room. Nope, it's all props that Freddy put in there. Busta Rhymes character. Nope, it's just props. Oh, I mean, I really, it's just a horrible film with some bad acting too. Just terrible acting. And you got a lot of familiar faces in there. Like the guy who played Decker, he was familiar face. You have the stoner guy from Freddy vs. Jason in this movie. Plenty of young faces in this movie. But yeah, they put like Jamie Lee Curtis right in the front cover and she like the first to die. So it's just lame, man. Lame. It's my least favorite Halloween movie. It's bad. It's terrible, man. But yeah, that's number 22, Halloween Resurrection. Gonna go through some comments real quick. Hey, you got the Power Glove. I know it's your favorite movie of all time, man. Oh, I know you love that movie. It's just fun, man. I can't hate it. It's so fun. It's too fun for me to hate, you know. It's not scary. I'll say this right now. Freddy's Dead is not scary, but it's entertaining as hell. Why did Michael take her body back to the house? I don't know, because he took Judith's body to the house in the older movie, the first one, right? Not the Myers house, but the other chick's house. So why, or was it the Myers? I can't remember if it was the Myers house or if it was Annie's house or where she was babysitting's house. In the first movie, he did that. I don't get why he didn't do that in this movie. Ty says, I really only like the first 6 Halloween movies. I think Halloween 6 has been better. Halloween 6 is a messy movie, but I still find it to be pretty decent. Believe it or not, it's going to shock people. I like Halloween. Making sure there's nobody here. I like Halloween 6 better than Halloween H2O. We're going to keep it between us, all right? But yeah, I like Halloween 6. It ain't bad. It ain't bad in my opinion. Whoa, just refreshed. All right, True Horror Fan says Halloween 5 has been the slightest bit good, but no. Yeah, Halloween 5, I won't defend it. For some reason, I can't put it on the list, and I probably should, but there's something about Halloween 5 that draws me to it, as silly as that sounds. For some reason, I can't hate Halloween 5. I mean, I hate stuff in it, but I can't, for some reason, hate the movie as a whole. But I won't defend it. It doesn't deserve to get defending. And I won't sit here and say, oh, it's good. It's good. No. No, it's not. Yeah, me too, JG. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. The same director directed The Birds to, I'm talking about the director of High Resurrection. Rick Rosenthal made The Birds? I didn't know that. That's a Hitchcock movie, right? What's your least favorite horror franchise ever? Children of the Corn. That's a bad one. He's only seen Halloween 1978, Halloween 2018, Halloween 2. Halloween 1 and 2 are good. Watch Halloween 5. Not 5. Don't watch Halloween 5. Watch Halloween 4 and 3 and 6. I enjoy those ones. Hair. He has the wrong hair, and I know it's the hair from H2O. No, it's far from a masterpiece. Far from it. If Chun was here, he'd be blowing up my chat. I bet. Water is the most overrated. It's just too overrated. It's just, I don't get it, man. I don't get the hype for H2O. I never will. Yeah, the last 20 or so minutes good. That doesn't save the movie, in my opinion. That's just, the rest of the movie was terrible. Halloween movies are canon. Halloween 1, 2. I like Halloween 2018, but the ending, Michael and Sam Lewis die together. Yeah, Halloween 1 and 2 is a perfect story. Even Halloween 1, 2, and 4. Boom. Right there. That's my trilogy right there. Halloween 1, 2, and 4. No movies. No H2O Resurrection. No Myers, even though I like it. And part 5. No 2018 movie that I feel is overrated. It's 1, 2, 4. It's done. That's my trilogy right there. But yeah, 22 is Halloween Resurrection. 21 is going to surprise some people because this has a cult following. But I'm sorry. This is just horrible. Hostel Part 2. Hostel Part 2 is... You know what? This could have been a good movie, you know? This really could have been. You could have had... All right, make Hostel Part 2, okay? All right. Have the lead guy, Jay Hernandez, come back in this movie. And the Bloodhound group is after him. And he has to go and do this main place and stop the Bloodhound group and save some people who are being tortured, make it kind of a faster-paced action movie. He gets captured and tortured, but he gets out of there. You can make Jay Hernandez a badass character. Boom. Right there, I'm submitting that. That right there, I would see. This right here? No, not at all. Hostel Part 2 is my least favorite of the Hostel series. Now, in saying that, Hostel 1 isn't really that good. The first Hostel, for its time, I like. I like Jay Hernandez. I like his arc. I like the mysteriousness about it. I like how they don't reveal everything to you. I like how it's mysterious. I like how they don't hold your hand and do the entire movie. And Eli Roth wanted to make a better version of this first movie. And that's why Hostel Part 2 was made. Here's the problem, though. It's boring. The lead chicks are horrible in this movie. The last movie, yeah, the lead guys were all assholes. You can say that. I mean, you can. But at least you had Derek Richardson and Jay Hernandez. I like those actors. I like their characters, how they have arcs. You know, they're assholes, but they have arcs. They change, you know? And in this movie, oh yeah, we're gonna kill off Jay Hernandez's character, even though you liked him. We're gonna chop his head off, keep it in a little box, hand to a main bad guy, have the little box down by his feet to remind you that yeah, his head's in that box. Basically, the movie's doing this to me. And I'm sorry, I like the movies doing this to me. That's not to you guys. This is how I feel about that. This movie is doing this to me, and I don't like that. The effects when they're there are good, but there's hardly any gore in this movie. There's hardly any gore. It's slow. It's boring. They got to hold your hand to the entire movie and explain how this all works and how everything operates and where it takes place and how the bets get sent through, how the victims are collected, where do they go, how does it work? I don't care. The entire movie, I did not care. I'm like, dude, the first movie said it all. I didn't need to know an hour and a half. And the movie and the girl in this, all she does, and literally this movie would never get remembered if that one scene didn't happen. You can't tell me any other scenes in this movie that are memorable besides one scene where the guy, and it's stupid because the guy snaps out of nowhere. He's this guy, this every who is just helping people and saying, you're going to be okay. I'm going to get you out of here. He goes, I'm not that guy. Because she's like, are you going to kill me? He's like, no, I'm not that guy. And he just snaps for no reason. And he tries to rape her. And, of course, she cuts his dick off in the movie. And you know, in any rape revenge movie, you try doing that shit, get your shit cut off. Now, that's a pretty cool scene because I'm like, this guy's a bad character. He deserves it. It was a good effect, and it was a shocking scene. But it's one scene in the entire movie. Everything else, and maybe the second thing I think of is the chick upside down and the naked chick below her, the scythe, slashing at her back. All right, intense scene. I like the gore. That was a memorable scene. Iconic. But besides that, what else is there? Nothing. There's nothing going on. This guy has like a saw and like gets it caught in this chick's hair. He rips a piece of her scalp out and he's all freaked out and they kill him. The chick, oh, I'm going to join you guys, get a tattoo, become a bad guy, and kill people. Great. So your fucking lead is to become a bad guy. I don't know, man. This is just a movie I didn't like when I first watched it. I watched this movie years ago, and at the end of the movie, I stood up and said, this is back when I was younger on YouTube. Stood up and said, that's it? That's it? That's all this movie is? It's pointless, man. It was pointless. Like I said, I want to see my idea. Jay Hernandez, I can buy him as an action lead because he's in what? What is he in? He's in that new show, Hawaii Five-0. He's in that. He's been in quarantine. I buy him as a lead. You can do that with him. Make him go after the Bloodhound group and take them all down. There. That's a good sequel in my opinion. Not killing him off, get his head cut off, and we get 3 lame leads that can't act, you know, and even one of them is a good actress. You know? I'm trying to see here what her name is. Lauren German. She's from the Texas Massacre. She's a good actress, but in this movie, the script is bad. But yeah, Hostel Part 2, it has a cult following. People say it's better than Hostel Part 3. I would be lying if I said that I hate Hostel Part 3. To me, Hostel Part 3 is what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get into. Las Vegas, people getting killed, torture scenes. I don't hate Hostel Part 3 as much as everybody else does, but this one made the list of worst sequels. So yeah, Hostel Part 2, 21, just lame, man. Boring and lame, and nothing's going on. And I didn't care. I didn't like how they had to hold my hand to the entire film. Have not seen Hostel Part 2, but I've seen Hostel Part 3 for some reason. I don't hate Hostel Part 3. What's your thoughts on Hostel Part 3? If you hate it, that's totally fine. I mean, everybody hates it, but I don't remember hating Hostel Part 3. Would have been better if a sequel was to Halloween 6 take out Laurie and replace her with Tommy Doyle. Interesting. Ty says, I just don't like these type of movies, the Saw type movies. Yeah, it was definitely an era, and the era ended, and it is what it is. They try to bring it back, but Jigsaw is just bad. JG says, I really liked Halloween 2018, but it's a bit overhyped. That's cool. I don't hate it. I think it's a fun slasher, but I don't think it's a very good Halloween movie for various reasons. As a Halloween movie, it has a lot of issues, but as a slasher film, I think it's there. It's not a bad movie at all. It's just not. Even when I first seen it, I wasn't like everybody else where I blew up and said it was amazing. No, I kind of walked out of the theater, and it wasn't just me either. It was me and a bunch of friends watching it. We came out and it was like, that was all right. That was all right, man. None of us blew up and said, oh my God, But then I read the comments on the internet, and people are saying it's better than Halloween 1 and Halloween 2, makes Halloween 2 look like garbage. People are saying Halloween 1, 2, not 1, but 2 and 3 and 4 are garbage, and this is the true movie. I'm like, whoa. Stop the guys. I can't be hearing, I mean, I get it, it's opinions, but when I hear stuff like that makes me go, whoa. Let's just reevaluate what we're saying here, I mean, if that's how they truly feel, or if any of you guys feel that's fine. I support it. That's totally cool. I guess I kindly disagree. That's all I can say. I kind of disagree. But you're cool if you think that. If anybody here thinks that, that's fine. I just personally don't understand it, but that's fine. All right, Devin. I'll see you later. True or Night says, what? The first one is so tame. The second one is more graphic. That one scene where the chick chopped up the guy, the site is more graphic than anything in Hostel. Hostel, I must say, has that one scene that has been etched into my mind ever since I've seen it, where the chick has the eyeball down here and it gets cut off and the pus comes out. That's just disgusting. That scene and the guy getting his tendons cut, and Jay Hernandez getting his fingers cut off. Oh my God. But Hostel Part 2 tried to be more graphic, but it didn't really show. I don't know. I don't remember it showing much. And this is the uncut version, so I'm getting the full blast, but I don't know. I don't remember Hostel Part 2 having that much gore. Like, it had gore, but not as much as the first movie. But maybe not. You don't remember the scene where the dude starts eating chunks off of the guy's legs? Yeah, that's Ruggero Deodato, actually. The guy who made Cannibal Holocaust. He's the cannibal in that scene. So, yeah. I remember it, but it was like a quick flash. It was there and it was gone. Yeah, JG, it's all subjective. That's the thing. It's all about opinions, and I'm glad that people love it that much. If you love the movie, that's fine. I mean, hell, you got enjoyment out of it. I'm happy for you that you got enjoyment out of it. And it's not a bad movie. It's just I don't think it okay, here's how I explain it. It got a 7.5 or so on IMDb, almost an 8. Almost an 8 on IMDb when it first came out. It now has a 6. So, and when it first came out on DVD, it was like $15. Now it's like $5. I think it just got blown up a little bit, and now it's dying down, But it is what it is, man. If you love it, if anybody loves it, that's fine. I support that. Halloween 1 and 2, the original ones. Yeah, you love them both. Yeah, they're great. Halloween 18 is better than Resurrection, H2, H5, H6, in my opinion, but it's not better than the first 4. Those are my best and favorite Halloween films that'll never be passed. I agree. And I do agree it's better than shit like Halloween 5, but that's not saying much. You saying your movie's better than Halloween 5 and Resurrection H2O, really, to me, isn't saying much. It's not hard to be better than those movies. They're pretty bad. So for Halloween 6, I like Halloween 6. I would say I put Halloween 2018 on that Halloween 6 level, where I like it, but I don't love it. Yeah, it's just getting a lot of sequels. All right, so we're going to be moving on to the next one. Number 20, guys. We're at the top 20, and we're going to be moving fast now. I want to get to the top 10 pretty fast. We're going to be getting these 10 movies pretty fast, but top 20, guys. Top 20. We are here. Number 20. Number 20 is Blair Witch. Now, before everybody starts saying, oh, this is a reboot, Nate, it's a reboot, I get it, but it follows the events of the first movie. And that is the definition of a sequel. If it follows the events of the first movie, then it's a sequel. And this one follows the events of the first movie. Hell, Book of Shadows is more of a fucking reboot than this was. So, reboot, but it's like The Thing. It's a reboot, but is it really, or it's a prequel, but is it really a prequel? Yeah, John, we're getting to your favorite movie now. This movie, when I first seen it, I did a review for it. It's still up, where I was like, it's all right. I think it was because I seen it in theaters, and the surround sound and the big screen, I don't know. Maybe it added something to it. Then I rewatched it on Netflix, and I was like, geez, this is terrible. Then I rewatched it on DVD because somebody bought it on DVD and they wanted to watch it. I was like, sure, I'll watch it. And yeah, guys, this is pretty damn bad. You got silly ass shit going on in this movie, like tents flying up to the sky 1,000,000 miles an hour, a house in the middle of the woods with lights in it or on the outside of it that come in like it's an alien abduction. You got scenes where they show a witch, which is the completely misses the point of the first movie. The first movie is brilliant because you don't see the witch. You don't know if it's real or not. You don't know if it's hillbillies or a witch or them going crazy. You don't know. It makes it scary. And when people say, oh, it's not good, it's just bad, I think it's the people, no offense if anybody hates the movie, but people were expecting to see this big, giant, grandiose witch. And they had a plan to show the witch. They had a plan. They had an effect and everything made, but they was like, nah, we're going to leave it to the audience to decide if it's real or not. And that adds creepiness to it. Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2 is lame as well. Book of Shadows is actually worse than this movie, in my opinion, because of how stupid it is and dumb. But still, that's not saying much. Book of Shadows 2 is terrible. And that'll be later on, too. But, yeah, this one, though, the thing about this one is it's the first movie on steroids. They're making everything fast and cutty, false jump scares, stupid ideas. Like, why would it be what? This was 16 years later, right? Their brother sees this video. He's going to go out and find a sister after 16, 15 years? Really? And they're filming them at the bar and parties. Why? These people take them out in the middle of the woods and set up these stick figures. Why? And plus, the twist, it's like, all right, how does this work? Because the twist is over here saying that the video they uploaded on YouTube already happened. I don't know. My brain is hurting just thinking about the twist. The video already happened, but yet the video is on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. My brain is hurting just from saying that. Horrible twist. I mean, it does have some decent things to it. Like, it does have some intense scenes where the girl is crawling underneath the basement. I like that. The look of the house was pretty cool. The ending was pretty intense, but seeing the witch just made it lame, man. And I don't know. Blair Witch is just terrible. It's terrible. It's got a horrible cast, and it made it on the list. So number 20 is Blair Witch. Number 19 is the fourth one in the series, and it is The Final Destination. The Final. Yeah. I have this movie, and it used to have 3D glasses in there, but I guess they're gone. I was gonna wear them for a gag, but I can't do that now. But yeah, Final Destination, The Final Destination. Oh my god, dude, it is just lame. I can't stress how lame it is, dude. It is just a stupid movie too. I mean, there's a death scene where literally this guy gets his insides hooked out through his asshole. or a lawnmower hits a rock and it goes through, hits a girl through the face. Or a tire comes out of the sky and hits a girl into a gory mess. What? Or a car wash scene that's not even suspenseful. Or an escalator scene, which was pretty cool looking, but in CGI it looks pretty bad. Jesus. The lead guy being bland as hell, his girlfriend being Miss Bland, all of them looking like mannequins being bland actors. The cast is just horrible. The first movie, I like Devon Sawa and his girlfriend and the rest of the cast. Part 2, I love the cast. And it's really, really gory. Part 3 is decent, but we're starting to get to that downfall. I will say I like Final Destination 5 a little bit more than this. Part 5 is still pretty bad. Yikes, guys. Yikes. A race car accident that happens. And also, there's nothing different to it. It's the same old thing that we've seen before. The guy sees the vision. People get knocked off one by one to the end of the movie. You have a 3D theater death, which is pretty bad. Like a 3D movie's playing. The fire actually comes out of the screen at them and kills them. That's shitty. You have a scene where a guy gets dragged by a truck and lights on fire. Most of it's CGI. Bad 3D gags. Yeah. The best part of this movie is the end credits, where you're seeing the X-rays of the previous movie's kills. That's cool. And then also ends the same way, where they think, oh, we solved it. No, oh my god, we didn't, and they get killed. Same ending as the first movie. Yeah. Definition of a lame sequel is this one. It's just same old shit, different day. And it's got horrible, awful CGI, annoying characters, and it's really, really boring. Yeah. This sucks. So yeah. That's number 19. The Final Destination, because it's the final one, right? No, it's a part 5. That's the thing too. It's the Final Destination, but it's not the final one, so it's funny. Number 18, I especially hate because I love Silent Hill, right? I love Silent Hill. The first game I played and beat, I love it. Great game. Silent Hill 2 is not only a game that I love, it's a game that's been a part, like, it was a part of my life, man. Like, I grew up playing Silent Hill 2 in the PlayStation 2 back in like 03, 04. Remember them days? Playing the PS2 on a dark, stormy night, playing some Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is better than most horror films. It's a video game. It's better than most horror films. It is creepy. It is truly disturbing. It is atmospheric. I love Silent Hill 2. And I beat it a couple of years ago. Silent Hill 2 is amazing. Love Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 3 and 4 I like as well. And then in 2006, the movie came out. And I went to theaters and seen it. Loved it. And I got scared because I was like young when I seen it, but it scared me too. So yeah, the first movie I seen in theaters, I still have the first movie, Silent Hill, and I love it. I think it's a great adaptation of the video game. It's actually, I would go on a limb and say it's my favorite video game adaptation. And then in 2012, we got this lovely, awesome, fantastic masterpiece of a sequel. Just kidding. It's garbage. We got Silent Hill Revelation coming at number 18. Woo! Silent Hill Revelation. Sorry to my family sleeping out there. But yeah. Woo! Wow. The heat just got cranked up a little bit because I can't stand this movie. The CGI in this movie, literally almost everything in this movie is green screen. Green screen, green screen, green screen, and it looks shitty. It looks terrible. You've got designs like a mannequin monster. Looks bad. How it looks bad, I don't know. Looks bad. You've got a boring plot. A boring plot. This is supposed to be Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2? This is supposed to be a movie about that? No, it's not. It is boring and it is just generic. One of the most generic horror films. It's also trying to be like Silent Hill 3, but really not. Part 3. Why? Part 2 is amazing. Why are you skipping part 2? With James Sunderland, a great lead. This one, I can't tell you anything about this movie, man. This is lame. And it has green screen. It looks shitty. And then the last part of the movie sucks. The ending is terrible. The CGI is god awful. The acting is terrible. Terrible, awful, shitty. I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go right on the next one. This is bad. Horrible, awful. Silent Hill Revelation, man. Fucking horrible. Number 17 is some more game adaptations that I think are even more offensive. Resident Evil Afterlife, Resident Evil Retribution, and Resident Evil The Final Chapter. Now, Afterlife is my least favorite out of those movies. But the others are still pretty bad as well. This is getting good. Yeah, the heat's just the more and more we get to the number one slot, the more and more the heat gets turned up. I will say all three movies are terrible for the same reasons. They've got just slow-mo that looks bad, horrible CGI. They shove Alice down our throats this entire time. Leon does nothing. Chris Redfield does nothing. Claire Redfield does nothing. Joe Valentine is the villain. Wesker, nothing. Who does something in this movie? Alice. Great. And the zombies in these movies change like that. They go from regular zombies, from like the regular zombie in the game, to the zombies from like Resident Evil 4 and 5. Their face splits and they can run. And really? Afterlife is dumb. Retribution about this freaking simulation that Umbrella's having, and it's lame too. And the final chapter I couldn't finish. It was horrible. Jump cuts everywhere, horrible action scenes. They're all three bad for the same reasons. Because they are not in a I'm all for it. And I won't lie, the first three movies are entertaining, but not evil movies. And I can at least admit that. But yeah, Resident Evil movie, Afterlife, are lame. They are doing the garbage. So yeah, Resident Evil, Retribution, Afterlife, and the final chapter All bad movies.
Retribution.
Okay. Read some comments here. Silent Hill 2 is crap, horror boy. No, Jason X, I don't hate that much. So it's not on the list, but there are worse Michael Bay films, I agree, because of Mila Jovovich is juicy. Yeah. I don't know. The Resident Evil movies are just pretty lame altogether.
Afterlife and just pretty lame altogether.
Okay. I'm making sure I'm still here. All right. So yes, Resident Evil, Afterlife, Retribution, and Final Chapter. The next one, technically speaking, is one of the worst franchises I've ever seen because I don't like any of them. It is number 16, Pumpkinhead, Ashes to Ashes. Ugh. Ugh, my fucking head. I'm gonna pace real quick. Oh my god, I gotta talk about this freaking movie. Why? Sorry. All right. Pumpkinhead Ashes to Ashes is Pumpkinhead 3. And it is a big old piece of donkey crap. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, you know what else it is? It's a sci-fi horror film. Isn't that wonderful? You know what else? Pumpkinhead 4 is one of the most rarest horror films to get on DVD. Why? Why? This is pretty rare too, but I found it for $10 somewhere. So yeah. This costs around $20. Blood Orchid or whatever is called, Part 4 is like $70 on DVD, or at least it used to be. Maybe there's a new re-release version, but I don't know. Pumpkinhead 1, people love. I respect that. That's cool. I'm not a big fan of it. It's a slow movie. I don't get why it's such a masterpiece. It has a cool atmosphere, and the design is pretty cool. But the first movie is it's a slow time to get through. I don't know. The first one is complicated for me. Part 2, Blood Wings, I ain't seen because I heard it was one of the worst horror sequels. This I did see. They bring back Lance Henriksen. You like Lance Henriksen's character from the last movie, the first movie, right? Like his character. They bring him back as a ghost. He just stands around and does nothing. There is zero tension, zero atmosphere. The creature looks like it's been stomped in the head about 5 times, and you stomped his head in. Creature looks terrible. Yeah. Ashes to ashes, right? Yeah. Freaking take this, put it on the ground, gasoline, light it on fire. Ashes to ashes. Fuck this movie. So yeah, Pumpkinhead 3, Ashes to Ashes, lame cast. It's a sci-fi movie. It's low budget. A pointless plot that goes nowhere. You don't care about anything that's going on. You don't care about anything. Pumpkinhead 3 is lame. Oh, guys, we are coming to my enemy. We've seen him before in the stream, and unfortunately, we have reached him again. God damn it. They never go away. They're always there. Number 15, which we won't spend a lot of time on because y'all already know my thoughts on him. Return of the Living Dead, Rave to the Grave, and Necropolis. Look, I've played some PlayStation video games, PS1, Nintendo 64 games that have scarier looking monsters and zombies than this game does. I look like Chris Farley. It threw me way off. Thanks, though, man. Idiot. I love Chris Farley. I would rather watch Chris Farley. I want to watch Chris Farley movie now. But no, I talk about these movies. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them. They're lame, and we all know why they're lame. They're just direct-to-video movies nobody asked for. The Toxic Waste zombies that aren't even the real zombies from the other movies. They're just horrible. Bad CGI, bad characters, very low budget, horrible. I've already raised on them enough. There's no reason for me to rage on them anymore. So fix my hair. But yeah, I've already raised on them enough. So yeah, we're gonna get past that pillar and go on to another blockade on this list because number 15 was Return of the Living Dead: Right to the Grave and Necropolis. Number 14 is Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil. Can you guys like save my sanity right now? Like somebody write a poem in the chat to calm me. I need to like I need to have like a poem or something nice and sweet to read to get me out of this utter hell that I'm in right now to talk about these movies. Look, Prom Night is a series that, I'll be honest, most of them I like. The first movie, classic slasher film. Part 2 is my favorite. And Part 2, Helen Mary Lou, is considered to be one of the worst horror sequels out there. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. So I don't get it. But Part 2 is pretty good in my opinion. It's my favorite. Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss. It's not great, but I didn't hate it. But at least it actually feels like a prom night movie. Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil, is not. It's some lame plot about a killer priest who's locked in this church in the basement, and he starts killing these teens off on prom night. And he crucifies them and sets the crosses on fire. He comes with this like crucifix knife. Dude, it is just not even really a sequel to Prom Night 4 or Prom Night 3 or Prom Night, any of them. It doesn't follow the first movie or the second film or the third movie. It follows nothing. It is a pointless watch. It goes nowhere. It's sluggy. It's sluggy. It's slow. It's making me belch because of how annoyed I am with it. It is terrible. And you know what's funny is that this movie right here is uncut or has the R-rated cut. This up here, Part 3, that little R-rated sign up there, that's a lie. That's a big fat lie because Prom Night 3 is a TV cut, but Part 4 is the rated R cut. And then the death scenes are lame. The characters are nothing. And it is so cheap, the quality, it looks like a VHS copy. It's just how it looks. It's just annoying, man. Prom Night 4. Horrible. Horrible. Who is your favorite little rascal? Is Pinky? Where the fuck did that come from? Yeah, I think JG's here. I don't know if he's here anymore. I want him to be delivered from the evil that is Prom Night 4. Yeah, Prom Night 4 is pure evil. So yeah, number 14 is Prom Night 4. Number 13 is another useless sequel that had nothing to do with the first movie, The Rage, Carrie 2. Now, it has a little following, like a little cult following. That's fine. That's wonderful. If you like Carrie 2, that is wonderful because you found enjoyment out of it. All right, JG's still here. You found enjoyment out of it, and I appreciate that. I really do. But this, no, this is garbage, and I felt the rage while watching it. It's just another one of those early 2000s teen movies with some bad characters. Dude, I watched it once and I can't remember it. I think it has the chick from the first movie. She's in this movie, and this lead chick is the new Carrie, but not really because she's not Carrie, and she has to figure out how to help her because she knows what's going to happen, and it plays out like the first movie. She's getting picked on. She's emo and goth. I don't like this character. I don't like the acting. I didn't like anything about it. Um, she goes to this party, and there's like one good scene in the entire movie where she has a silly, stupid idea of tattoos growing all over her body, and she goes into rage mode, and she starts killing people at this party. I won't lie, that ending scene is decent, but everything else sucks. And they kill off the Sue character. I'm like, really? 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 You fucking. I'm trying to minimize my cussing, but it's not working. It's not gonna work with these movies. I'm telling you right now. I can try to minimize it with these movies. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah, they kill her off. Then she dies. The lead chick. I don't care if I'm spoiling it. I'm saving you the fucking sanity. It's a good point. It's a good point of how you bring it up, John, because it is like American Pie meets Carrie, and if you like that, that's fine. For me, I didn't like it very much, but I respect your opinion on that, man. I really do. Um, yeah, I just want to get past this one because I can't even remember it. I watched it once, woo, 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 out my head. But yeah, that's the Rage Carry 2. You're funny, List. You think I'm gonna talk about that movie? You got me fucked up. I'm out of here, motherfucker. Oh shit. Whoa, man. So I gotta talk about this movie? Come on, man. This movie sucks. I guess. All right. All right. Talk about it. Hey, guys. One second, guys. I just spilled food all over my floor. Like everywhere. Oh, great. Sorry about that. I spilled food everywhere. There was a plate of food right there. I stepped on it. I got food on my socks now. This movie, so bad. Great. I feel like I just stepped in dog shit. Ugh. Hellraiser Deader. And for those wondering if I'm overreacting, no, I'm not. A little bit for entertainment value. It's all right, Nate. Just Hellraiser Deader. Nothing wrong with it. It's got Doug Bradley in it, right? Yeah, for like 2 minutes. Yeah, dude. Hellraiser Deader is number 12 on this list. Yeah, I'm overreacting. It's okay. I hope you guys laughed at it. If you guys did, you guys are feeling happiness. I'm not. I'm feeling dead on the inside right now. Feeling deader on the inside. Talk about Hellraiser Deader. Hellraiser 7 Deader. Hellraiser, look. Hellraiser 1, 2, 3, hell, even 4. I like them. 1 is amazing. 2 is amazing. 3 is my favorite and amazing. Part 4, um, I don't know. I want to like it. I haven't seen 6. Horrible. Part 8, terrible. And the worst is Guys, that was intense. Guys. Woo! Pinhead was not happy about me saying that stuff, so I gotta kind of tone it down. Hellraiser Deader sucks. The cast, the lead chick is really bland, and well, actually, I won't lie. The lead chick isn't the problem. It's the fact that this movie wasn't even meant to be a Hellraiser movie, and they just had a script laying around the floor. And they said, "Oh yeah, that's a pretty cool script. Let's make it into a Hellraiser movie." And thus we got Deader. This movie almost cost me my stream going down, so I'm not gonna spend much more time on it. And it cost me to step in some food on the floor, which was very squishy, and my foot now smells like roast beef and vegetables and shit. So yeah, that happened on stream. Don't you guys love live TV? Yeah, Deader, horrible. And was number 12. So we're nearing the end, guys. We are nearing the end. Am I coming through loud and clear, guys? So let me know. Look. All right, yeah. I'm still here. I love roast beef too. I just don't like stepping in it. And also, the roast beef spill all over roast beef stuff now, stew, whatever you would like to call it. It's like dumped all over it. So in a way, hey, Necropolis got beef stew all over it. Lovely. Number 11, I'm going to get to now. Actually, I'll take a look. I now want roast beef, huh? All right, let me know. Let me tell my friends that I'm back. Watch me like send this out and like then be like, oh, okay. Well, let me watch me send this out and then the stream crash. Oh, dude, I got one more on this list, so Pinhead's gonna be really pissed at me. But number 11, we're nearing my top 10. But number 11 is Ginger Dead Man 3 Saturday Night Cleaver. Now, this is the one and only Ginger Dead Man I've actually seen. And, yeah, it kind of makes me not want to see the other ones. But, yeah. Part 3, Saturday Night Cleaver. Where do I begin? Just stupid, man. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just a lame movie, dude. You got the Ginger Dead Man getting his dick pulled off, and they're dancing around. This is actually written and directed by William Butler. Now, William Butler had been in Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3, and Night of the Living Dead 1990. So, yeah, good actor. Really enjoy his work. Now, he wrote, I think, almost all of these movies. And this one he directed. This is bad, dude. This is horrible. Again, a movie I'm not going to spend too much time on. It's just bad for all the obvious reasons. The Ginger Dead Man character is annoying in this movie, has bad effects. It's a cheesy movie. And just overall, lame. So, yeah. Number 11 is Ginger Dead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver. And 1 second, I'm going to send out a couple more messages to some people that I think we're watching. So 1 second. But have you guys seen Ginger Dead Man? Do you guys like them? I haven't seen the first 2. Are they good? All right. Yeah, I mean, have you guys seen them? Are they good? Too bad he's not in all of them. Ginger Man has worked for Gary Busey's performance. That's what I was hearing. I heard he was in that movie. All right, guys. We are he couldn't get through the first one. Yeah, I heard like some stupid stuff about like where he makes cookies or something out of these people. Some shit like that. Yeah. So yeah, number 11 is Ginger Dead Man 3 Saturday Night Cleaver. And now we're getting to the top 10 worst horror film sequels ever made. This was a list right here. The top 10 was the hardest part to make because there's so many bad ones. And how do you rank bad movies? I mean, yeah, you could say some are worse than others, but I'm talking 40 of the worst, right? 40 of the worst. So how do you rank them? Especially top 10. And it was hard, but I did my best. Number 10 is the thumbnail of the last video. And you guys already know what that is. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Now, this one has a cult following. People love it. People like it. People can tolerate it. Look, I'll say this. The two best things in this movie is Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. I will admit, Matthew McConaughey is fucking awesome. I wish they would make a solo Vilmer movie with him in it. He's amazing. I love Matthew McConaughey in this movie. Renee Zellweger has her bad moments, but overall, she's good in the movie. The rest of this movie, it's because the ones after this are a little bit worse. But yeah, the rest of this movie is just terrible, dude. You have like acting that's like scraping against a chalkboard, like scraping nails across a chalkboard is more soothing to your ears than the acting from this movie. Did he dead? Is he dead? Did he die? You know, I caught you kissing that woman. I told you, you're totally filling her up. You know, and then she's like, well, I told you, I'm a bitch. I'm like my mother. What the fuck? Vilmer! That's the one good thing this movie is. Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. Everything else sucks. You've got Leatherface pretty much as a chick and rocking around like a grandma. You've got stupid characters, like a guy who locks a guy out of his own house. Stupid. Or he just hears his girlfriend screaming bloody murder, and the thing he's most concerned about is, you know, using the bathroom. Or a scene where literally this dinner scene happens, and this old man, you think he's dead, he just gets up and walks out of the movie. Yeah, the end of the movie where an airplane or like a crop duster comes down and hits Matthew McConaughey in the face. And you have these weird people in suits in this movie who are maybe the Illuminati, maybe not. And they tell Renee Zellweger, oh, you're safe, don't worry. And then you have the cameo by Paul Bartain and Marlon Burns. The movie's all over the place. It's terrible. The acting is bad. The writing is absurdly bad. And the main reason why this was made, it was written by Kim Henkel. Now, Kim Henkel is the writer of the original movie, and he did not like part 2 and 3. So in his words, he wanted to make his true sequel. And the original cut was supposed to be called Return of the Texas Massacre. But that is just an alternate cut. This is the main cut, The Next Generation. It was so bad that Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger's agents wanted to not be made and not ever come out. They got it postponed from 94 to 97. That's bad. This is one of the only movies that got released on Scream Factory that the lead actors had to get taken off of the front cover. Facts, guys. Facts. TriStar made this movie, and I think they just hate it. I know that has a cult following. That's fine. I know plenty of people who love the movie. And it is bad, and it is laughably bad sometimes. And this chick, she just randomly flashes these people driving by for no reason. Why? I don't know. She does it for no reason. This guy is like quoting Shakespeare to the movie. You know, there is nothing to fear but fear himself. And it's just like, what is this all about, man? It is just such a bad movie. I can't get over how bad it is, man. But yeah, as number 10 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4: The Next Generation. Lame. Lamest of the lame. Yeah, Leatherface is terrible in the movie. All he does is scream the entire movie. And the score is like somebody on a piano having a heart attack. Just horrible piano stuff. Horrible movie. But number 9, I think is a little worse. Yikes. Now look, I love this franchise a lot. I'm actually going to have to put this down so I can get the DVD out of its case. Big fan of the franchise. Really enjoy it. You know, has a cult following. I'm part of that. I love the first one. It's my favorite. Number 2 is awesome. Number 3 is awesome. And number 3, The Lord of the Dead, is my favorite of the movies. Now, you could say, yeah, Part 4, Oblivion, has its issues. But one of the worst sequels I've ever seen. And it pains me to say this because this movie had effort behind it. But it came out as horribly bad. Phantasm Ravager, or Phantasm 5. Now, like I said, I love the series. Phantasm 1, well, actually, I'll go backwards. 4 is If I can get it. 3 is one of my favorite sequels. I love Part 3. Huge fan of it. Huge fan of Part 3. Love Part 3 a lot. Phantasm 2, another badass entry. I love it a lot. And the first one is my absolute favorite. So yeah, I love the movies, and I will say this before we get into the ranting. I can appreciate that through all of the production hell it went through and how it went through a lot as far as production goes. I can respect they tried to give us another movie. I can respect that. But I don't get certain decisions. Yeah, 4 is rough, but Ravager is way worse, dude. Ravager, it was trying to accomplish a $1 million movie with a small budget. Like, I doubt this movie had over $200,000. I doubt. It was just trying to put too much in there, and it came off as horrible. You've got, and then budget is no excuse, man. The first movie had no budget to it. Had no budget to it at all. The first movie, very low budget. But I love the first movie a lot. This one has like some bad, like when I say bad guys, bad CGI green screen, bad CGI everything. And the story goes everywhere. The story is very choppy. I get it's about dementia and stuff like that, and how Reggie is in the hospital and he's doing dementia and you don't know what's real and what's not. I get that, but it's done lame in the movie. And I didn't care. And the plot goes everywhere because they filmed in 2013, then they stopped. They came back 2014, filmed, released a trailer out of nowhere. I didn't even expect a trailer for this movie. Then I didn't hear anything about it for the next year. And then the year after that, heard nothing until it just came out one day. It was like no build up, nothing letting you know that it was there. It was just, oh, here you go. There you go. It's a movie. It's out now. All right. The good thing about this movie is that we got to set with it. Like when Part 5 came out, they made this. This was like $14. The cheapest option at the time for a Phantasm movie, because Phantasm before Part 5 came out, Part 3 was like $300, $200 on eBay and Amazon. The first movie was like $100 on eBay and Amazon. Part 4 was like $50. Part 2 was like $10. Part 5 when it came out, I think it was like $10. But you know what I mean? Like the 1 and 3 and 4 were expensive and hard to find. This set is very cheap and is my favorite set. They have a set out right now, which looks pretty cool too, but this is just perfect for me. It's just got a lot of bad stuff because when they would film in between, things would happen. Like, and you can tell while you're watching the movie that it's different parts of the year. Like, one part will feel like, oh, crap, this feels like a 2013 movie. Oh, 2015 movie. Oh, this feels like 2016 movie. It's just like you can tell mid movie where the story just cuts into pieces, and it's like they're trying to make it work, and it does not work. And Angus Grimm is the best thing. Angus Grimm and Reggie and the cast is the best thing in this movie. And I want to say rest in peace to Angus Grimm because he was amazing in this movie. And he is the best part about it. But everything else, you've got these really bad CGI-looking worlds, and the red dimension looks terrible. It goes into this plot that I don't get why they would go that way. Why can't you make this movie like how Phantasm 2 did it, where it's more of like, all right, let's go after the tall man and kill him, or find some way to kill him. And part 3, it was supposed to be the ending of the series, where it was, you know, the end. But they didn't do that. Oh, not just one Shaun of the Corn movie, Chuck. A lot of them. But we'll be getting to that in a second. But yeah, this movie has a lot of issues. It's just overall terrible, unfortunately. And it's the last one. It's the last one. And we will never get a the only reason you watch part 4, you watch this one, you learn nothing. That's sad because 5 was supposed to be ambiguous and what would happen. Really, 1 or 2 did it, part 3 did it, all of them do it. It's just like it's annoying. I was marked the last one, and nope, it's still ambiguous. You don't know what happened. Really, it's a bad movie, unfortunately. And the effects were just unacceptably bad. And besides the other movies, first I didn't, but 10 or 5. Alskin, I recommend the Phantasm movies. They're really good. Alskin, I recommend the Phantasm movies. They're really good. I'm still here, right? I recommend the Phantasm movies. They're really all right. I'm still good. I'm still here. I was freaking out for a second too. But yeah, Alskin, I recommend the Phantasm movies. They're a good series. They're a good franchise. But part 4 and 5 are really rough. All right, number 8 is another lame one. Omen 4: The Awakening. Omen 4. Omen 4 is directed by Dominic Alton-Gerard, or supposedly it was. What I mean by that is he got fired in the middle of making this movie. Now, if that name sounds familiar, Dominic Alton-Gerard also made Halloween 5. As we all know, Halloween 5 is a classic, and this one should be a classic too, but it's not. And by the way, I'm just joking. Halloween 5 wasn't classic at all. But this, imagine the first Omen movie done really shitty. And, Junebug, what do you mean by Phantasm 666? Part 6? How can you do it? I'm curious. Oh, no. The first Shaun of the Corn is good. The rest are what we're going to be getting to. But yeah, imagine the first Omen movie and them just having a little girl in there, making it really shitty, and having psychics, and having a bunch of I don't give a shit stuff going on in the movie. Omen 4 is one of those worst sequels because it's just got a lot of bad things in it. I mean, I didn't care for the girl, didn't care for the parent characters, didn't care for the acting. Overall, Omen 4 makes top 10. It's pretty shitty. Yeah, Omen 4. And as far as sequels go, Omen 2 is great, but Omen 3 I haven't seen yet. And technically, Omen Remake is worse than this, but this is still the worst sequel. Yeah, that's perfectly putting it. He says it's the PC one. No, I mean it's basically just a gender swap movie where they just instead of Damien Thorne, it's this chick who came out of nowhere. I don't know, she just came out of nowhere, and she, I guess, is the evil child of this movie. I didn't really care for. I'm not gonna be mean to the actress, but I didn't care for the writing of the character. And it's one of those movies where it's like Amityville sequels. You don't really give a shit. It feels like a lot like an Amityville movie. And yeah, Omen 4 is crappy. But yeah, Omen 4 made the list top 10. It's pretty bad. Number 7 is the last movie that I actually own. The rest of these movies I don't own, but I still consider them to be pretty shitty. This is the last one I have a physical copy of, and that is Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Now, Blair Witch miles upon miles, thousands of that worse than the other movie. It's just stupid, silly sequel. Scary, has this weird low budget MTV feel to it, even though it went to theaters. The characters are laughably bad in the acting. The writing is terrible, and the reason this movie was made was because Artisan was wanting to rush a sequel out. Came out in like 2000, so there, and it again has a cult following, but I'm not. It's just really silly stuff, and the twist is pretty bad too. Yeah, overall, Blair Witch 2 is pretty shitty. So yeah, Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, number 7, number 6. You said a tall man regenerated, that Angus died, but he regenerated into another tall man, making note for Doctor Who. Dolph Lundgren and Undertaker as new tall man. I don't know, man. I don't think anybody can replace Angus Scrimm like that. I mean, Angus Scrimm was a special actor who brought presence to that role. And sadly, I don't think anybody else can fill those shoes. Like, Mark Hamill did a great job in Child's Play replacing Brad Dourif. Like, did a great job. But still, Brad Dourif is just, he's Chucky, you know? Maybe one day we can get somebody to replace Robert Englund, but again, you're not going to be able to replace that. It's just there, it's something special to it, and you just, sometimes you just can't touch it. Yeah, basically that's it for that. Number 6 is, I'm sorry, I hate Sea of Chucky. I really do. And I do consider it to be like a really bad sequel, but Cult of Chucky is my new least favorite. I'm sorry. Cult of Chucky makes it to number 6. Cult of Chucky, I could not get into at all. I mean, Sea of Chucky is bad because of the comedy and stuff, but at least that felt somehow, some way, a little better than this. This is a stupid plot. This is like a lame plot where there's multiple Chuckies in this asylum, and the daughter becomes possessed by Brad Dourif's character, and they're going to have a TV show about these two characters. I just didn't care. It's a lame movie with... it's just... it's worse than Seed, because at least Seed, I felt had more gore in it. And I also feel like Seed had a better performance by Brad Dourif. Like, I like him in Cult, but he doesn't really do much in Cult. And plus, the Chucky character that just does too many far out things to this character in Call of Chucky. I'm not a fan. So yeah, Call of Chucky. It's bad CGI. It's like a lame, stupid plot. So yeah, Call of Chucky number 6. We're halfway there. Whoa, Squidward in a chair. All right, so we got number 5 now. Exorcist II: The Heretic. This is a hilariously stupid movie. Now, really enough, John Boorman made this movie. And John Boorman, I love Deliverance. And I know he made a movie called Zardoz. But Chucky just planted some flowers, some sunflowers. That's funny. Exorcist II: The Heretic is a movie where it's like they wear these like mind things, and you're seeing a light come on and off, and it blinks, and they go into their mind, and you see stuff. Exorcist II: The Heretic is just really stupid and lame, and it's got a lot of bad scenes, like a lot of scenes that don't really look that good at all. I mean, there's people just sitting around going, Pazuzu, 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 Pazuzu. Horrible, stupid stuff. The score is lame. Well, I like the main theme, but the rest of the music, because the movie starts off with this girl just going, ay, 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 ay. The movie opens up with with that. It's just really bad. It has stupid visuals. It's boring. Exorcist II sucks. Number 4 is a big old like collection of movies. Children of the Corn 2, 4, 7, and 8. Now, people are like, well, why isn't all of them on there? Part 5, for some reason, I remember thinking it was decent, but I haven't seen them in a long time. 5 and 6, I remember not being as bad as everybody else thinks they are. And then part 3, legitimately, is that black sheep just thrown in there. The reason why part 3 gets so much hate is because it's locked in there with so many other bad movies. But legitimately, I really did enjoy Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. I legit did. I really did. Oh, hey, what's up, Gideon? How you doing? Yeah, John, the heretic stinks. But Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice, I remember being really lame. Like, about like this one scene where a corn stalk kills somebody and a house squashes somebody because she's underneath the house and it squashes her. The kid characters were lame. And then in 4, it's the same thing. It's a low budget movie. It's not much happening. 7 as well. 8, they all suck. They're all terrible. And they're all bad for the same reasons. They're just unneeded, uninteresting, unnecessary movies that should not have been made. So yeah, number 4 is Children of the Corn 2, 4, 7, and 8. Yeah, Exorcist II is, well, it's just bad, man. It's just bad. Really, really, really bad. 3, I 3 is a guilty pleasure. If I have any guilty pleasures out there, then I would say Children of the Corn 3. Because it ain't as bad as like the other ones for some reason. It is batshit crazy, I will admit. So yeah, number 3 is Return to Sleepaway Camp. Now, I had seen this movie back when I did my Sleepaway Camp reviews, and wow, this was a lame, bad one. First of all, there's like 2 part 4s. There's one from the 90s which never got finished, and there's this one. And this one had so much potential to be a fun movie. Like, it could have been a fun, entry to come back. I won't roast your movie, man. Not at all. I'm pretty sure it'll be great. You just got like a bad lead kid where you're supposed to feel bad for him, but yet he bullies other people. You have some horrible acting. You have a really bad, like this fucking counselor. One of the counselors literally like pushes one of the kids and like grabs one of them and tosses them. I'm like, this is like the worst camp counselor ever. The reveal is lame, where you're like, oh my god, it's Angela, but you can tell it's Angela from the first time you see her. They're not even cameos. They bring back Angela and the kid from the first movie, Jonathan Tiersten. They bring back Felicity Jonathan Tiersten. They get nothing to do. And they're not just cameos. They're in the movie. They're in this movie. And they have nothing to do. Nothing to do. The kills are lame too, where, this kid gets burned up in CGI. Or, it has a couple of decent ones, like a guy gets his dick ripped off, and it's like horrifying. Or the killer puts these knives on the top bunk of his bed, and he jumps off and lands on the bed, and it falls down, and it kills somebody and splat. Okay, but the acting is just horrible. You didn't care about anybody, and overall, really, really weak sequel. So people who say parts 2 and 3 is bad, See Return to Sleepaway Camp. So yeah, Return to Sleepaway Camp is number 3. Number 2, Pinhead, spare me please, is Hellraiser Revelations. Number 2, my second worst or least favorite horror film sequel of all time, is Hellraiser Revelations. Now, this one, wow. I seen it on Netflix for the first time, and it makes Deader look good. That's how bad it is. I hate Deader a lot, but this one doesn't even have Doug Bradley in it, and Pinhead literally is in it for maybe a minute. Hell, I think you see more Pinhead and Deader than you do in this one. And the guy who played Pinhead did it the completely wrong way. His makeup looked weird. He just looked weird playing Pinhead. I didn't care for, again, the movie, which is made for one reason and one reason only, because Dimension was going to be losing the rights to Hellraiser, which is the same reason why Hellraiser Judgment was made, because they're getting ready to lose the rights to the Hellraiser movies, and they were like, oh man, we got to make another one. Doug Bradley didn't come back for good reasons, and they got some guy to play the character, and I thought he didn't. I mean, I don't know how it was, if it was direction or writing or whatever. It was just weak. And yeah, Revelations is terrible. But the number one movie of the night they're going to be getting to, guys. Numero uno. The biggest piece of crap in this entire list of movies, Creepshow 3. Now, I know it wasn't really much of a spoiler. You guys knew this. But yeah, Creepshow 3, I still remember the first time I watched it, and it horrified me because of how bad it was. The beginning intro of the movie is like done on a PowerPoint $1 fucking effect. The stories, oh yeah, the ones about this girl named Alice who wanders around, finds this remote that can transform her family into these different ethnicities, and then she gets like rotted and bubbles up, like she gets rotted and shit. Why? I don't know. She goes and eats some cake, and then she turns into a rabbit. That's the first story. Second story about a guy who has this radio who tells him to do stuff like, robbing banks and stuff like that. It's probably the least stupid one. It's the best one, but it's still stupid. It's stupid. And yeah, he falls in love with it, and he gets killed because this other guy had a radio that person was working with. And it's just stupid. Stupid. And then correct me if I'm wrong. That's the next one is about the killer stripper, right? Or not stripper, the killer prostitute. And that's a very basic one where she's just a killer prostitute. And then the other one is, well, this might be the same one, where she goes there and she kills this guy and he becomes like a vampire. And the effect on his face is just god awful. And then you have, I think, the one where these two guys go over to the professor's house, and he has the smoking hot 10 wife, like she's smoking hot. And these guys can't believe he fell for her. And yeah, but it's like it's the worst version of her. Exactly, Ty. Her is a lot more better. Hers how you do it right. This is not. Um, they go over to the professor's house and they're like, "Oh, there's no way she's human." So what do they do? What do they logically do? They hack her to pieces and find out that no, she's not an android. She's in fact a real person. They murder her in cold blood. And it's supposed to be funny, but I'm over here not even laughing. I'm over here cringing because of how lame as fuck it is. Yeah, that's that story. It's lame. It's awful. All right. I'll see you later, Play. Thanks for being in the part of the stream, man. It's been a long one. I'm sorry for that. I apologize. I'll be seeing you later, man. Have a good night. Yeah, I almost fell asleep in the first 5 minutes. Yeah, it was bad. It's bad. Creepshow 3 is bad. And then the last story is the worst one, about a hot dog ghost story, where a guy chokes, or like this guy, this dick doctor who tells these people they have cancer. And he's like, "Oh, well, you have cancer, it's whatever." He's an asshole doctor. Asshole. And he gives this hot dog to a homeless guy who chokes on it and dies. And the homeless guy comes back as a ghost and haunts the doctor guy and is trying to give him the hot dog. And then the movie ends with the doctor being killed or whatever. And it's a hot dog ghost story. Yeah, Creepshow 3 is the worst horror film sequel I have ever seen. It is just horrendously bad. It has no sense. You're watching like, I don't understand it. This is all stupid and lame. Has lame humor, has horrible effects, and it doesn't even feel like a Creepshow movie. Hell, it barely feels like an anthology movie because all of it takes place in the same universe. Like, the thing about Creepshow made it unique is that it wasn't all in the same universe. But none of this movie, like, no, they're all in the same universe. Stupid. This movie was funded because of the Lemonade Stand. I mean, not officially, but I'm gonna say that because I think what happened to this movie was they showed the people the script and it was a blank script, and the people's like, "All right, you can have it," and then they actually wrote the script, or something had to have happened because there's no way that I would see the script and go, "Yeah, here's the rights to Creepshow." There's just no way. There's just no possible way, and they were like, "Hey, we don't got any money for this movie. We're gonna go make our $100 budget for this movie. We're gonna go sell some lemonade or some hot dogs." "Oh, we're selling some hot dogs? I got an idea for a movie." Yeah. It's just bad, dude. Creepshow 3 is terrible, dude. It is terrible. So yeah. Woo! There we go. So that is the list, guys. That is the list. So what are your guys' thoughts on it? Do you guys agree with it? Let me know your guys' comments. And I'm just going to take a couple minutes to read you guys' comments real quick. And then I'm going to pack up and head out. All the Blair Witch talk, maybe remember the video I wanted to upload way back when I didn't like the commentary. Yeah, I seen did you do a Blair Witch commentary? I think so. If not, somebody I watched did a commentary on the Blair Witch movies. I can't remember. I think you did. I remember watching your Blair Witch 2016 stream. I remember that. Yeah, it's horrible, guys. But anyways, to not keep you guys up later anymore, it's 1 o'clock in the goddamn morning, and I gotta get to sleep. So tonight's been a crazy night, guys. It's been a night of a stream being shut down by the stream down. Yeah, me up into some food. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I appreciate it so much. You being here. And lot of fun. I'm cutting out now, so I'm going to go ahead and leave before we get cut out properly. Look, guys, and here. See you guys later. Bye.